Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. You're not, but I am. And I'm not Chevy Chase either. Those that no. How you guys doing today? Is there an echo? Guys, what are you eating and drinking? I've asked a long time. I made a breakfast sandwich the other day. I hope I remembered to show you a picture of it. It was amazing. I actually ate it in a course of 2 days. Don't tell anybody. Guys, Fancy Maselli. I'm looking at a little rat running across the screen. It's animated. I didn't put it up there. Easy trick to protect your home from mice. They can't stand this. And there's a little rat, like, running on the screen. Let's take a picture of that and put it up here. Guys, why would Fancy Maselli say shit like this?
I love it.
No. We don't have good stories about her sister. We loved her, but she was our sister, and she was a horrible person, and we didn't like her. But they want justice for their sister now. After all the years that they believe Gypsy's bullshit, Christy's bullshit, now they want justice for their sister. They did it all out because you're so stupid to think that they would actually represent you well. I have told you over and over again they wouldn't. If you wanted someone to tell the truth about your sister, there were many other outlets you could have gone to. But hooking up with the people that's working with her murderer ain't a good look. I don't know if you realize that or not.
Guys, in order for somebody to be that despicable, that gross, that disgusting, to say such things, the reason is because Fancy is trying to take some of the blame off of herself and throw it someplace else. So why not throw it on the sisters of Dee Dee Blanchard? Like, why not? What did they do for that? You know, I guess Fancy's trying to make this big deal that maybe the Blanchards didn't love their sister. And I have to agree with Morbid when I say, yeah, that's not for us to judge. How do we judge something, one so far away? We don't know what these people have gone through. We don't know what kind of roller coaster ride. There's been so much narrative out there. Fancy Maselli, that was brought into the attention. Fancy Maselli, April Johns, that was totally wrong. It was totally wrong. Fancy didn't care as long as she thought she was going to get paid, as we know. You know, I've shown you receipts. There's more stuff to come because, again, Fancy used to wear a lot of hats. I'm not as quick with Fancy right now because it's more important to meet this deadline for Nick Godejohn. You remember him. You remember how Fancy tried to infiltrate, but she didn't have an infiltration group, but she did. Look at a lot of the content creators' videos. Where'd this infiltration group come from? Fancy Maselli. Fancy said she didn't pay Nick's girlfriend to go in there and manipulate a situation to get Nick to say things to make him look bad so that he would never see the light of day, according to Fancy Maselli. How come she don't like it when she's called out on her fucked up behavior, yet she would go ahead and try to manipulate somebody's behavior for a narrative that she wanted because people just got sick of her behavior and her lack of follow-through? And now, here it is again. Instead of taking responsibility, and here's what Fancy says about things like that. She didn't know. Yet she was calling herself, and still would be calling herself, the self-proclaimed know-it-all, or expert, wasn't it? Self-proclaimed expert, because she knew everything. There was nobody that knew everything. You knew nada. What you knew was made up shit in your head that went with the narrative that you thought was going to pay you best. And everybody else was collateral damage. It didn't matter. They were all peripheral because you've got tunnel vision. And the reason why you have that is because all you're worried about is yourself. There is so much stuff I got to weed through. But I'm going to take my time weeding through it because there's other content creators talking about it too. So I'm just going to present it a little bit different, and I'm going to show it as well. But the more important thing, like I said, is to stop some of the damage in narrative that you started by these clemency letters for Nick Godejohn. You know, to change the narrative and maybe even to say, perhaps, that because the narrative was put together so wrong and even on social media because of certain content creators, we were made to believe something. But now, since things have come out that are factual, we see just how much the manipulation took place and what Nick was actually responsible for. Fancy, you have destroyed everything you touch. That's why there's nothing around you anymore except your family. I don't think they could get away from you. Like, I don't even know what that would look like. Who would keep the house? Everything is so attached together. And you know what? You guys, Fancy, why is my friend who's losing, organs, and she's, I don't know, a year away from getting Social Security benefits and getting medical care and, the free medical care. How come she's finding it so hard to get disability? But you, who's showing your ass all the time and flying here, flying there, carrying shit, yelling at people, getting your acting like an animal and all that. What's your disability? I mean, I'm not asking because I really don't care, but I would love somebody to check that out. I would love somebody to see some of these videos online and ask why you can't be home working remotely from home, getting an income so that tax money isn't going towards you, because I'd much rather my tax money go towards helping Nicholas. Not you. Not you. You're a horrible person. You want to blame everybody for everything. You want to call other people out on all their shit. And you are on disability. And you know what? I understand it's there. It is there for a reason. It is there for people that can't show up and do things. I know that you tend to oversleep when it comes to court cases, but maybe if they took your disability away, you might get a little bit of regiment in your life, Miss Ex-Military. Maybe you would have to wake up and show up in front of the computer and work remotely. I don't know. And I don't want to hear, well, I'm a content creator. Well, you're still on disability, so I'm a content creator too. I work full time and then some. You are so full of shit, and people are starting to see everything about you. And everything's becoming exposed because of all the damage you did. What's Renell say all the time? And I've said it before too, right? Everything that's made in the dark comes out in the light. Everything you do in the dark is going to come out in the light. Well, baby, it's bound to be Alaska here for the next 6 months, and it ain't getting dark anytime soon. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Thank you for everything. I so appreciate you. Guys, if you are interested in the Justice for Nick campaign, please go ahead and check out my video. It's a 4-minute video, and it's about saving Nick. I forget the name of the video, but it's a 4-minute video. I'll go ahead and I'll put the name of the video up here, or I'll put a picture of the video up here. All right, guys. Don't forget, be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always be kind. And we got some fun stuff coming out about Fancy, Miss Ellie. Thanks, guys.